Okay, so today we are going to look at some more graphs, but instead of most recently what we were doing was creating a graph from a table, now we have the graph given to us and we need to write an equation for this line, for this linear equation. So the first thing we need to do when we're doing that is we need to find the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is where our graph crosses the y-axis. So remember, our y-axis is the one that goes up and down, and the x-axis is the one that goes horizontal, or left and right. So if I look along my graph, I need to see where does my red graph cross this line. So usually I just look along the diagonal line, see where they cross, and for me, I'm seeing that right here is where our red line, our graph, crosses our y-axis. So this is -2. So our y-intercept for this graph is -2. Okay? And sometimes your y-intercept will be up here. Sometimes your y-intercept will be right where your axes cross, and your y-intercept for that will be 0. So now that we found our y-intercept, next we need to find our slope. So slope will be defined to you in a lot of different ways over next year, when you have math next year. Sometimes you'll hear it as rise over run. You'll also hear it as change in y divided by change in x. Remember, our fraction bar means we're dividing. One way I like to describe it too is with these arrows. So your top number of your fraction is telling us whether we're going up or down, whether our line is increasing or decreasing. And then the bottom number tells us whether going left or right. So to break that down a little bit more, so the first thing that I usually do to find slope is you need to pick 2 points that have whole number points. So like I could use this point and this point, but this point, the x coordinate is 1 point something and the y coordinate is just point something. And this coordinate, the x coordinate is 2 point something and the y coordinate is 3 point something. So since these points do not have whole number x values and y values, they're going to be really hard to use. So again, what I usually do is I'll use the y-intercept, especially in this case since it is a whole number. So the y-intercept of this has 0 as x value and -2 as its y value. And then I'll just look along my line trying to find another point that has whole number x value, whole number y value. In this case, this point here will work because its x value is 1 and its y value is 0. We could also use this one whose x value is 2 and whose y value is 2. So you could pick any 2 points you want, just pick points that have whole number x values and y values. So then what we need to do is you need to think, if I was going to travel, and we'll just pick these 2 points, if I was going to travel from the left point to the right point, first we need to think, do I need to go up or down? So if I need to go from this point to this point, we have to go, let's use this color, we have to go up. And we have to go up 1 unit, 2 units. So in this case, our slope is we have to go up. Whoa, that zoomed out weird. We have to go up 2. And then we have to figure out, do we need to go left or do we need to go right? So if we're again traveling from this point to this point, now that we've gone up, if I were to go left, that would take me over here, farther away from the point. So we need to go right. And again, this is 1 whole unit. So we have to go up 2, and then we have to go right 1. So if we put our fraction bar in the middle here, we got to go up 2, right 1. Since we're going up, the 2 is going to be positive, so we have +2 on top. And then since I'm going right, the 1 is also going to be positive. And then just remember to always reduce your slope fractions. So 2 over 1 reduces to just 2. So your slope is 2.